Chapter 6. The deli turned out to be right on the corner where I said I'd meet Spike. And Spike turned out to be a few steps ahead of me, standing in the entranceway and listening intently to a paunchy but pleasant-looking middle-aged tiger. "Sam?" He looked up at me. "You ought to meet Pickles. Pickles here was telling me he might have seen—" "Did see," Pickles interrupted. "Definitely, absolutely, positively saw." He nodded. 5 o'clock, I got a sandy-haired fella here. He's asking me for Pickles. I said to him, 'Sonny boy, you're looking at him.' So? You see, I figured," Spike grinned at me, "that Sandy wasn't actually looking for a woman. He'd be looking for some food. And you have to admit it, Sam," he bubbled. "I was right." "Go on," he said to Pickles. "What happened after that?" "After what?" Pickles said. "You got so many words between the end of my sentence and the end of your question, I'm forgetting what I said." "You said, 'So?'" I reminded him. "Right," I said. "So?" "So the sandy one looks at me and says, he's glad to meet me, but he actually came to get the other kind of pickles. Green things, slimy things, sour things. Faugh. So we argue back and forth a while, just to pass the time, and I'm saying to him, 'Sonny boy, trust me, believe me, you wouldn't want a pickle. Try a pickle to turn you into one sour puss.'" "Uh-huh," I said. "Pickles, could you try to speed it up?" "What happened to him?" "Him? He got kidnapped in a van." "What?" Spike and I had both whatted him at once. "Roll it back," I said solo. "Tell me everything you saw." "Well," he said thoughtfully, "I told him, 'If you really want a pickle, wait in front.' I said I'll bring it to you wrapped. That way you'll have it in a very nice piece of foil, which would later make a nice, very shiny little ball. So while I was wrapping it, I see him getting nabbed. I dropped the whole pickle, I went over there and I looked." "And what did you see?" I tried urgently. "The van, it was tan. The man that came out of it's a big ugly fella in a turtleneck and jeans." "Anything else?" I said. "Well, a couple of shoes, a couple of socks, maybe a belt. I didn't happen to be aware if he's got a belt, so you could sue me. I wouldn't know." "I was thinking about the van," I said. "You know what kind of van?" "Sonny boy, I wouldn't know a Chevy from a Rolls." "And what about a license plate?" "I missed it," Pickles said. "What I saw is what I told." I thought about it carefully. "All right," I said. "Listen, if you think of anything else—" "About the belt?" "Forget the belt. But if you think of anything else, you can call me at Honeker's bookstore." I rattled off the number. "And, oh, by the way," I turned around and looked at the store. "Do you deliver?" "Do you read? We got a major sign in the window." He pointed up at the window where a sign said discreetly, "We deliver while you wait." I turned around. "Could you deliver a pickle to the church?" "To the church?" he said, frowning. "Even God wants a pickle?" "It's a girl," I said, looking up at Spike. "Her name's Rosie. And Pickles, don't tell her what happened in the van. Just tell her I'll call her in the morning, okay?" "Okay," he said. "I wouldn't say a word about the van, and I'll wrap up the pickle, and I wouldn't take a tip. And after that," he said, "I wouldn't sleep a wink the whole night. I'll toss and I'll turn, I'll pace and I'll scratch, and my mind will be thinking, 'What's happened to that cat?'" "We don't know," I said, thinking of a dozen awful answers that I didn't want to think. "And I'll tell you," Pickles said, and looked at me closely. "What happened to that cat? It shouldn't happen to a dog."